1. WWE Raw results and highlights Rollins vs Penta and Evolution hype. 2. Goldberg vs Gunther WWE Raw breakdown and shocking MITB twist theory, full analysis. 1. WWE Raw results and highlights Rollins vs Penta and Evolution hype. WWE Raw results, victors, live ratings, reactions, and highlights leading into SNME and Evolution. There's nothing quite like the energy before a jam-packed wrestling weekend, especially when it features the latest Saturday night's main event, SNME, and the highly anticipated return of Evolution, WWE's all-women's premium live event. This Monday night, WWE Raw streamed on Netflix delivered a headline bout few expected, a first-ever clash between Seth Rollins and Penta. Who walked away with the victory in this thrilling encounter? And what implications does the result have for Rollins as he prepares to face LA Knight in Atlanta this Saturday? Stick around for a complete breakdown of the July 7th episode, which also showcased key developments in the women's division as they gear up for their marquee night on Sunday. Match lineup. On Monday, the Amica Mutual Pavilion in Providence, Rhode Island, hosted an exciting match card announced ahead of time. Penta vs Seth Rollins. Sami Zayn vs Braun Breaker. Jey Uso vs Bronson Reed. Kairi Sane vs Roxanne Perez. Becky Lynch promo segment. Opening segment, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman take center stage. Raw kicked off with Seth Rollins alongside his mysterious new faction featuring Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. The latter two cut promos that set the tone for their upcoming matches against Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. Rollins, surprisingly, handed over his microphone time to Paul Heyman, who boldly declared that this faction was mounting a counterattack against their rivals. Heyman emphasized that this campaign begins Monday and culminates Saturday in Atlanta at SNME, where Rollins, dubbed the Visionary, will overcome LA Knight. Though fairly straightforward, this opening scene efficiently laid out the night's key matchups, gave Breaker and Reed much-needed spotlight to express their intentions, and teased the inevitable return of Roman Reigns through subtle hints and a direct mention from Heyman. As a setup segment, it served its purpose well. Grade B. Highlights and insights. The facial reactions of Rollins and Heyman during Braun Breaker's promo are already destined to be meme material online. From Rollins' gesture reaching for the mic early to Heyman's claim that Reigns won't confront their faction, it's clear that the Tribal Chief's comeback is on the horizon, likely timed for SummerSlam. Kairi Sane vs Roxanne Perez, a battle rooted in loyalty and vengeance. Behind the scenes in the Judgment Day's lair, Roxanne Perez revealed a memorial devoted to Liv Morgan, only for Raquel Rodriguez to dismiss its significance with a cheeky, "Y'all, she's alive." Meanwhile, Dominic Mysterio stumbled upon a surprise cake from AJ Styles, who appeared unexpectedly to remind everyone he's still eyeing the Intercontinental Championship. Inside the ring, Perez aimed to continue her winning streak and prove herself within the Judgment Day by facing Kairi Sane, the very woman who injured Morgan. Perez smartly targeted Sane's arm, trying to neutralize the threat of Sane's signature spinning backfist. Each time Sane attempted a comeback, Perez returned focus to that injury. In the final moments, however, Sane's resilience paid off. Despite interference attempts from Rodriguez, which Sane repelled by knocking her out at ringside, Sane ultimately pinned Perez after executing a backslide. Post-match, Asuka rushed out to rescue Sane from a 2-on-1 assault, standing victorious alongside her. This is likely the final piece of the puzzle for the Evolution event, suggesting the Kabuki Warriors reunion will join Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and NXT's Sol Ruca and Zarya to face Perez and Rodriguez, a lineup that promises to elevate the match's quality. The match itself lived up to the talent involved and was entertaining. Although Perez's loss might seem unnecessary given her growing momentum, it served the larger narrative well by facilitating Asuka's return. Result: Kairi Sane defeated Roxanne Perez. Grade B+. Key takeaways. Perez continues to emerge as one of the women's division's brightest talents, consistently delivering strong performances against diverse opponents. Zayn's crowd reaction marks her highest profile in recent memory, showing that WWE's decision to keep her visible on TV is paying off. There's a case that Zayn vs. Perez could have been a singles match at Evolution, symbolizing Perez's proving ground against the woman who hurt Morgan. Instead, the tag match format spreads the spotlight to more competitors on the premium live event card. Sami Zayn's busy schedule, tag team contenders, and Nikki Bella's return. Backstage, Jackie Redmond caught up with Sami Zayn, who admitted he has too much going on to worry about Karrion Kross or the rib injury he suffered last week. This nonchalant attitude annoyed Scarlett, who clearly resented Zayn being sidelined emotionally. Elsewhere, Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers spoke with Adam Pearce about El Grande Americano's return, and Niles wished to participate in Evolution's Battle Royal, which Pearce granted. Asuka and Kairi Sane arrived shortly after, leading Pearce to announce the Kabuki Warriors' reformation at Evolution to challenge the women's tag team champions, perfectly timed to the earlier match. Finally, Nikki Bella delivered a heartfelt promo emphasizing Evolution's significance, reminding fans she headlined and championed the event's first edition in 2019. She announced her entry into the upcoming Battle Royal, with aspirations to challenge for the Women's World or WWE Women's Championship at Clash in Paris. Top moments. The brief but effective mid-commercial promo from the New Day mourning their tag title loss was a highlight. Nikki Bella's genuine passion shines through her words, but her delivery still feels somewhat stilted, a persistent issue in her microphone skills. Regardless, she's expected to be a top contender in the Battle Royal. Sami Zayn vs. Braun Breaker, Guts vs. Power. As Sami Zayn entered the arena, Karrion Kross ambushed him in the aisle, leaving him battered. Despite medical personnel and Pearce urging him to forfeit, Zayn insisted on competing. Facing the powerhouse Braun Breaker, Zayn showed courage but was overwhelmed. After a moment of hope following a big clothesline from Zayn, Breaker unleashed two powerful super spears, sealing the victory. This sequence not only built heat for Kross through his sneak attack but also reinforced Zayn's gritty babyface persona, who refuses to quit despite the odds and injuries. However, the story raises an intriguing question: is Zayn's overloaded schedule and body pain pushing him closer to a darker path? 2. Goldberg vs. Gunther, WWE Raw breakdown and shocking MITB twist theory, full analysis. Free podcast 7 of 7, Wade Keller Pro Wrestling Post-Show, WWE Raw with Keller and Adams, pros and cons of Goldberg beating Gunther and could there be a twist, plus Penta Seth, Breaker, more, 130 minutes. Spotlighted podcast alert, your article begins a few inches down. Show summary. PW Torch editor Wade Keller is joined by Torch's Chris Adams to discuss the July 7th episode of WWE Raw on Netflix, including hype for Saturday night's main event and Evolution. The first segments of the show are focused on pros and cons of Goldberg beating Gunther to win the title, plus a late scenario from Jason D from Australia on a twist with a MITB cash-in. Also, Penta's strong showing against Seth Rollins, the Judgment Day entertainment factor, and much more with live callers, chat, and email contributions throughout. Key links. PW Torch VIP membership. https://www.torch.com/govip. Or support us on Patreon. https://www.patreon.com/torchvip. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. https://www.youtube.com/torch. Follow us on Blue Sky. https://bsky.app/profile/torch.bsky.social. Free version, audio link, https://www.spreaker.com/episode/WWE Raw post show Keller Adams on pros and cons of Goldberg beating Gunther and could there be a twist plus Penta Seth Breaker. AD free VIP version, VIP audio link, http://www.pwtorch.com/android/legacy uploads/wp-media/20250707 wkpwp-raw-vip.mp3. Not VIP? No problem. Click here for VIP sign-up info. https://www.pwtorchvipinfo.com